Hello everybody, Greg here from Flowering Spikes. Good morning, good afternoon, how's everyone doing? I thought I would start off the video with a little flip through, which I'm not the hugest fan of the flip through, but we've had a few collections come in. This is part of one of them, which may hit the site sooner or later. I would say follow on the Instagram, because I put records up on there throughout the day while I listen to them and play grade them, and they usually seem to go pretty quick. I'll leave the link down below the video. This will be the drop for Wednesday, the 23rd of September. Happy fall, everybody. It's Halloween season. So let's get into it. For the week, I'm gonna start off with a few Mercuries that I have. Maybe along with Decca, kind of even, I guess it depends on the exact recording. Sonically, my favorite classical label. I think the best of the Mercuries are among the best sounding records ever made, especially for sure in America. Wilma Cozart-Fine as the producer and her husband as the engineer, one of the greatest recording teams in history. This is Skoroshevsky with Minneapolis doing Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet. Absolutely stunning record. You can see this one is a promo on a green label. I've also seen Mercury white label promos. This one is green. I have another copy of this exact same promo, which is also green. Interesting. From 1960, Paul Perret and the Detroit Symphony Orchestra doing Schumann Symphony No. 2. This is Antel Dorati and the Minneapolis Symphony Orchestra doing 7 studies on the themes of Paul Klee. Such an interesting, cool record. There are not many records that sound like this one. A 1959 original Bouquet de Paris. Most of them do still have the original inners in there in really good condition. This is just in flawless condition. Absolutely killer copy. And now I'm gonna run through a pretty good selection of audiophile reissues that I really love and that we have here in the shop. And we're gonna start with some original source. These are from the first run. These are gold numbered, limited, almost impossible to find. I was looking some of them up. There are no copies of this in America. There are no copies of the next one in America left. And I think they just came out and everyone realized how amazing they were, and they were already gone. So if you're missing some of these, I'll have a bunch of them coming up in the next few weeks. This is Karl Böhm with Vienna Phil doing Beethoven 6, the Pastoral. Carlos Kleiber with Vienna doing Beethoven 7. This one in particular is just a sonic masterpiece. It's so incredible. I think a couple of the first original sources, I really didn't like them, but as the series went on, I liked them more and more. And the remastering on this one in particular is just beautiful. Now on to some King Super Analogs. This is Kurtesh in Vienna doing Mozart's Requiem. This one, I've only seen this copy. Some of the Super Analog discs seem more like available than other ones. Some of them seem really hard to find. This is one of the harder to find ones, at least for me. This one is just such a beautiful, beautiful record. This is Ashkenazi and Perlman doing Beethoven's 4th and 5th sonatas. Now one of my favorite reference recordings. This is Michael Stern doing Elgar's Enigma variations, and this record is like 100% demo disc. This will show you what your system is made of. And now a few from Analogphonic, which is another one of my most favorite reissue labels. They put everything out in pretty small numbers. I think they kind of came and went. There's a couple titles maybe you can still get. Most of them are gone. The Deutsche Grammophon ones are impossible to find. And I really like them because they didn't just continue to release the same living stereos over and over and over again. They really dug deep into the repertoire of some labels and put out really rare, interesting titles like this one. This is Janos Starker playing the Italian sonatas. Absolutely gorgeous record. This one is just another audiophile masterpiece. This is Ruggiero Ricci, and on this recording he plays 16 different violins on short little pieces, And if your system is up to it and your ears are up to it, you can hear such a difference between the different violins, the tone, the body, the woodiness. It's just incredible. I love this record so much. And this also is an Analogphonic from 2019. This is Arthur Balsam and Nathan Milstein doing some recital music. Again, another deep cut Analogphonic. Put this one out in 2018, and this is just a stunning record. This next one has so many words, I'm just going to read it off of the front. This is Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor and Bruch's Violin Concerto in G minor. Ion Wojciech playing violin, the London Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Raphael Freubeck de Burgos. Another incredible, incredible Analogphonic reissue. And now for a few originals. This is a London blueback from 1960. This is Ernst Ansermet with the Orchestre de la Suisse Romande doing Stravinsky's Symphony in C. This is by far my favorite interpretation of Symphony in C. Paderewski doing the Dvorak Cello Concerto with Munch in Boston. Rubinstein and Reiner with Prokofiev's Rhapsody on a theme of Paganini. This is the Classic Records reissue. And actually the Falla Nights in the Garden of Spain on this is a really, really interesting interpretation, fully worth a listen. Oistrakh and Oberon doing Beethoven violin sonatas. This is a Speaker's Corner reissue from 1998. This is a 1960 first pressing of this record, which everyone probably knows or has a reissue of. But it's so interesting to go back to the original. I can't say if personally I like the original or the analog productions or the classic records better, but I tend to say that I like the original the best. So this is Reiner Chicago doing Rimsky-Korsakov's Scheherazade. And last up, another Reiner Chicago original from 1958. Absolutely incredible sounding record. Another one that's been reissued to death, but this original is just so stunning. It's so powerful and dynamic. Really, I think one of the greatest RCA living stereos they ever put out. Mussorgsky with the Ravel orchestration of Pictures at an Exhibition with Fritz Reiner and the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. And that's it for the drop this week. Thank you for watching. Good luck getting these records. They'll go on sale Wednesday morning at 6 a.m. And if you live in Los Angeles, come by the shop, come hang out. I've been meeting so many fascinating, brilliant, interesting people who come by and we listen to classical records, we listen to jazz. There's so much new stuff in the shop. There's like 3 full bins of classical records. There's actually a really nice big rock collection that came in and a bunch of new jazz. So if you're in town, come by, come say hi, hang out. All right, or I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.